There are lots of bacteria on our skin. We're constantly touching things, and even when we bathe every day and we're really careful about washing our hands and washing our skin, we still carry around bacteria. When I touch my door handle or when I bump up against someone on the subway, I'm constantly picking things up. We carry these things around, and a lot of them are actually good for us in terms of teaching our immune system how to handle pathogens and fight off infections. When you study human-associated bacteria, you're pretty much always going to find a few really important groups that live in a lot of different environments, but we always find them on humans. So Propionibacteria is one of them, Acinetobacter, and Staphylococcus is another one.
Each one of the different colors represents a different species of bacteria. In this case, the white colonies are Staph aureus, and the other ones are closely related staph species. Understanding the factors that differentiate bacteria that are benign or maybe even useful to us and the bacteria causing disease is probably the most important thing that we can be investigating right now.
Staph, right?
MRSA stands for methicillin-resistant Staph aureus, or Staphylococcus aureus, and it's Staph aureus resistant to methicillin, which is probably the best drug that we have for treating staphylococcal infection. So it's the one that beats our best drug. The percentage of people who carry Staph aureus is about 20 to 30%. So anytime you're in a room with 3 people, one of you is carrying Staph aureus. The numbers for MRSA are lower in the total population. It's somewhere between 1 to 5%. But the large majority of those cases, they are absolutely healthy and have no disease. MRSA can infect almost any part of the human body, but the most common kind of infection is really staph infecting your skin. The first kind of MRSA showed up in hospitals back in the 50s and 60s. It's been a problem in hospitals ever since. But about 15 years ago, we started to see this shift from MRSA in hospitals to now all of a sudden MRSA was coming in from the community. We saw a very steep increase in the amount of community-acquired MRSA. And that really seems to have been this one epidemic strain, USA 300. That started somewhere in the United States probably and swept across the country.
Well, like not as glossy.
Yeah, well, that's another important point is that strain seems to have been better at spreading because it spread so well. And it also seemed like they were seeing more severe disease that required people to go to the emergency room. Mind if I take a quick look?
Sure.
For us, the central question was we really wanted to understand what this evolutionary event was. Something happened to a group of Staph aureus strains that allowed them to take off like this.